We live in a society where popularity and attractiveness is a striving factor, and where those who hold the cards to the luck of beauty often sit above others on the pecking order of reputation and social media. People have always been obsessed with beauty, and the extremes people will go to get and maintain that beauty is a topic you could make an entire series on. But being judged by your looks is nothing new for anyone, and the shallow nature of that mentality often shows a less pretty, uglier look at how society actually operates under the surface, behind closed doors, and outside the gaze of security footage. And upon my most recent watch of Studio Mir's animated series Lookism, an adaptation of the famous Webtoon, this plot is driven home in the most brutal way possible. And that, of course, is through bullying. Lookism follows Park Hyung-sok, a poor and overweight student in Korea trying to survive day-to-day life. After his mother discovers him being bullied, she moves him to a new school which, spoilers, is just as filled with underage criminal gangs as the previous one. Except there's one difference. Hyung-sok undergoes a mysterious change that grants him a second, taller and handsome body in his sleep, instantly becoming popular with his now handsome self. At home, he maintains his original body as well, meeting people along the way on his journey towards friendship. And yeah, this kind of sounds like a normal plot in some ways, making friends, being bullied, and improving yourself. But what Lookism does is it takes these themes and stretches them as far as the story will go, making for at times an extremely difficult and rewarding watch/read. The antagonists of this series, mostly these generic-looking skinny tall fuckboys who dress in trendy clothing and regularly beat on the main characters, are about as reprehensible garbage as they come. I'm gonna be honest, I've seen bullying tackled in shows, but nothing that rakes you over the coals like this series does. Everything from the placement of the camera to the manipulation of the characters and how they are depicted. This show does have its anime bro and power friendship moments, but these are often at points of interest away from the bullying and represent either humorous encounters or the progressions of various friendships in the series. But for the bullying, this is not the case. The characters are brutally beaten, bloodied, and humiliated to the point of even outright embarrassment in front of their own family members from these bullies, who often never get punished for their crimes or even get what they deserve. And in many cases, the heroes of the series, such as the tough but extremely over-emotional heavyweight Basco or the blonde dude, aren't always there to save them. In fact, they're rarely there to help, leaving the savagery unchecked in the darkest corners of Korean culture. And this doesn't just speak to Korea. Unfortunately, this garbage happens everywhere, and that's what makes Lookism such a tough but amazing series to watch/read. It's in the way the story tackles these themes by dragging them right out for everyone to see that's so effective. This is not the first time nor the last time I'll see this reality explored in the media, but for now this has to be one of the most effective depictions I've seen in a while. Now, the anime adaptation doesn't get everything right. There's of course a lot more details and story beyond what it covers, so you'll be getting a bit of an abbreviated experience, though this does not affect the pacing of the show one bit. In addition, the sudden cuts of CG, especially in the last few episodes, can be a bit jarring and immersion-breaking, and the shifts in tone from the voice actors to the clear professional singers they use as substitutes was really obvious and hard to take seriously. I will say, however, that last performance song absolutely slapped. As a K-pop fan, you might catch me listening to that last song from the contest every once in a while. But the best thing with Lookism, I think, is the way it makes you feel, and both mediums are effective in channeling this atmosphere. You immediately relate to and care for the characters, you feel their immense hatred, anger, helplessness, and even joy in making friends and expressing themselves. And yes, if you want the full experience with the best artwork and detailed story, the original Webtoon is the way to go. But if you just want the main hits of the story and a good short series to check out that gets these points perfectly balanced, the anime is a great alternative to the comic. And yes, I know it's not technically anime and all that because it's Korean, but I'm just gonna call it anime because that's the style they were clearly going for here, so I feel that argument is not important for what we're covering today. Plus, I believe there is a live-action version as well, so plenty of ways to experience this story. But experience it you should. It's brutal, at times it might make you want to yell, cringe, and cry all at the same time, but my friends, that is exactly why you should watch or read Lookism. But anyway, what are your thoughts on this series? Have you ever heard of it? Did you read the comic? Did you watch the show? Let me know down in the comments below. But as always, like, subscribe, and thanks so much for watching.